Hey, everybody. Well, holy cow. You're free. Oh, my goodness. World, you are free. The crown is dead. Oh, my goodness. This explains everything. Holy moly. I'll tell you. Mark Christopher is revealing the secrets that'll change the world forever. And a lot of what I've been saying is true, but holy cow, he's pulling all the pieces together. So, uh, your bank account means that your brain dead. De facto is fiction, which I've been saying is unlawful. And coroner, his job is to determine life. And here in Michigan, we got no coroners. We got nobody to determine life. You got a medical examiner. That some bitch should hang. Anyways, we have the ability to sack the sheriff, sack the coroner, sack because all the coroners are operating in the fiction with the sheriff, and we can arrest them all, and including any policeman. And in fact, that's our duty. You got to listen to the entire replay by Mark Christopher. This is on YouTube. I'll see. Let's see what I can see here to find out. Everyone's going to be talking about this. So, holy shit, you are free, people. Own your authority. So, the way that you do this is through the court, through the Postal Service, which is the way I've done all my court cases. Beautiful. We can go out and arrest them, every one of them, and round them up and try them. I already have a bunch of them. Gretchen Whitmer, Patrick Whiteford, Under Sheriff Wagner, Jail Sergeant Leach, Dar Leaf, Sixberry, the head of the Patent on Trademark Office, examiner on my case, my patent attorney. So many of them, I give them an easy way out. No. Put the man in court, did it through the Postal Service. It's time for justice. Now, Mr. Christopher is coming back on. He's taking a 15-minute break. I got this live. I'm going to go get the speaker and bring it over here. And then I'll set the volume right. He's going to be answering questions, and I'll help do some explaining too, if need be. So, you got any questions, put it in the comments. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby, baby. All right. I know I got to turn the volume down here because I had that way up. He's going to be coming back on soon. I'm going to get a couple more things. I'm going to be right back. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, my goodness. I already got some of these rats on treason. They already gave up their remedy. See? All my cases through the Postal Service. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to turn this light off here. I don't really need that on. Roll me a cigarette. So, yeah, absolutely. All of this is a fraud. All of it's a fiction. You are free. My area broke my ribs for not complying with their orders. Scared me. Anyways, they're all done. We can hang them all. And it's our duty. It's time to round them up and hold court first. You can do it in 3 days. He's gonna explain to you how you hold court through the post office, and that's what I've been doing. And everything they're doing is unlawful. It is treasonous. He's used the word parasite over and over and over. Over and over and over. Domestic abuse or government abuse, it's all abuse. All right. No man, male or female, has a right to trespass on another. You have equal footing. You have equal footing under God's eyes. And you have your corona. You just have to own your authority. So these parasites are unwanted. Not only are they unwanted, they need to be destroyed. All the evil that they have done. So, wow. I'm just thrilled. I am. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. A de facto is a fiction. Everything they're doing, like I said, all these courts, they're fiction. And the sheriff is fiction. And the coroner are all fiction because they're all claiming you all dead. And here in Michigan, we don't even have coroner. We have medical examiner. Oh, here he is.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I promised myself that I wouldn't get too passionate, but like so many times I end up being so, because these things are so very unique to my experiences. I have witnessed the Crown Corporation steals men's lives and women's lives, children's lives, babies' lives for so many years. I have zero tolerance for them. That is why I'm equipping every single man and woman to be able to do the things that I do. I will now answer some questions, rudimentary questions. And in addition to that, I'll go through some of the other tabs that are open that that have yet to be answered. Yeah, well, thank you very much. One other element I forgot to explain to you or use out there is that the county coroner is also the only one that can arrest a sheriff. These are the findings of Alex, as well as the Federal Postal Court. What I am saying to you in every certain terms,
become a coroner and arrest the sheriff.
Together and appoint a coroner or elect a coroner with the knowledge that I have given you, with some very simple medical training like how to check for signs of life, which any first aid course will be able to teach you, you will now be in the same position as the fiction coroners have been running riot on you. In doing so, you can set up your own courts in your own communities. And you must run this as a leaderless organization. That means units of 3 in their millions, as it were. If you go centralized on this, you'll be infiltrated by the Crown operatives and try to demoralize you out of this position that I'm speaking about. The safest numbers to run on this is units of 3. So 3 men and women can come together to do this. When we did this, ladies and gentlemen, with the Lloyds of London, the only expression that I can say to you is that they were, in diplomatic language, defecating themselves. And we was only two people, just two. One American, Alex, and one me. At some point, and as you Canadians have come to understand, all it takes is for you to be men and women to sack these people.
Right on. That's what I've been telling
There's
you.
a few things that I probably need to describe more to you.
Oh, baby.
The so-called governments, the prime ministers, presidents, they are the interface between private men and women that instruct that corporate instrument to talk to another corporate instrument. It's just that through language and so on and so forth, you got yourself believing Parliament pushes out laws for you. It does not.
Get out of here. Got a show going.
They're all acts. That's why the Emergency Act is an act, like a Shakespearean act. All this knowledge is from David Wayne Miller, who educated us on court proceedings better than anybody I know. So if you want some knowledge about court proceedings, so you can appoint your coroner, as it were, go and listen to David Wayne Miller. He's on my website. He's my trainer and mentor. On Thursday, I will be holding a training program for the Canadians. For you to access me, all you need to do is show me, like a driving license or a passport, with the serial numbers and any addresses and things like that blotted out. I just need to see your face and your name, and email that to me. Please make it legible, and I'm able to train 500 of you to do this and take it to your communities.
That's how you prove your identity.
Once again, it is first-hand knowledge. And later on the same day, I'll be doing that for the rest of the world, including Ireland, through Irene, and she will be doing that for the Irish people as well as Europe. And we have people in place to be able to do that and bring that about for you. Okay, full stop. Do you have any questions, Alpha? Alpha has joined us for some question asking, just making sure that I've answered all the questions, because unfortunately I'm not one of these people that have adjectives upon adjectives. You know, I'm not a scholastic. I'm a doer. I do things, and then
Amen, brother.
And this bit is a present for the entire planet. Yes, please.
One of the questions came up.
You are free. Just own it. Hold court through the post office.
Yeah, sure. This is a document, four-corner rule. All rights means that you control every single corner of that document, because this is your court case, this is your constitution, this is your own governance, this is your coroner's report, this is your own report, this is your live life claim, this is your certificate of life birth, this is your birth certificate, this is the piece of paper that you put on the front door. You might put private, or you might put your terms and conditions in. That's what it means. It means you absolutely control everything on your document, because it's your court.
Amen.
Is that it? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to come on to the crown seal. Okay. Can you show me the crown seal, please? That crown seal is copyrighted. And basically what they are doing is that they are talking about your crown. Once you have appointed your own coroner to run your own courts and your own life, this Crown Corporation becomes null and void. It no longer has any existence. And I'll teach you how to sack those asses, as it were, for dare thinking that they have an absolute right of way into your life.
I'm the executive manager here in Michigan.
Can somebody
I
read out
hereby
for me
declare
what that,
live in front of the
what it says
Postmaster
on the
General
shield?
here.
I've given you the definitions of
Whatever, I got to check his title. Executive order. You are alive.
Yeah, what does it mean?
You're all coroners if you want to be. Just own it. Michigan. Men, women. You can
Ladies and
you can
gentlemen,
diagnose life,
it is
signs
now
of life.
the creators
Declare
giving you the right over
Make a
any
declaration.
government, Lord, spiritual and temporal, etc. The faith is
I'm
yours.
gonna write
the
up a
religion is
document.
null and void. The crown
Oh,
returns
this is
back
beautiful.
to the people.
I give every one of you the
Next
document.
one, please.
All you got to do is facilitate it. And you do that in a court of record. That's what he's going to explain to you. You do it in a court of record. You do it through the post office. It's unrebutable. You make all you're going to have to do is make a declaration.
Something cursed.
That's all you're going to have
What
to
they're
do is make a
basically saying to
declaration.
you is
No one can rebut this.
they're trying to get
I'm
you
doing this
not to
under
say
executive
anything
order.
bad
I
about the
have
crown.
lawfully
Otherwise,
taken the
a
position
curse
of
would be
executive
born.
manager long last year.
We
But
now
this
know, of
unlawful
course, they are just
de
simply
facto fiction has been doing
pieces
nothing but
of
trespassing
our
on
parachute.
us.
These
And he's
people
telling you,
couldn't administer a
he's
bath
telling
running
you
of the bath, let alone
exactly
anything else.
what I've been telling
A
you.
liar,
But this is a man of authority.
and the liar knows
This is a man of
that is why
authority.
they lie. You guys understand that?
It's so simple.
Can we turn to the last page, please? The last tab.
You got to catch
Top
us from the
people.
beginning.
I can't see the page, but I'll go through it. There are some individuals there as well as individual corporations. One of them is the Irish TV, newspapers, etc., trying to thwart the efforts that I make
Welcome
through
to
their
True
main
News.
stream TV. That is why virtually anybody that's ever been on their talk shows or BBC One talk shows or question time and so on and so forth are just simply being prepared for public office. There isn't going to be any public offices, ladies and gentlemen. It's all going Bitcoin. In other words, you become your own banker. The corporations will have no choice but to go cooperative, and no cooperative answers to a government. Okay. Now, the BBC is a pathological liar with superb camera work with their costume dramas and their nature programs. Apart from that, they are lying toxifiers. When you pay the so-called TV license, which is coming to an end, they're trying to get you to, pay it through your council tax.
This is your bat.
This is, of course, zero tolerance because
Zero
they know
tolerance.
they're dead in the water. If you need to use my face and say, this man, the Chief Federal Postal Court judge, said that you are in fraud and that you need to answer some questions, you may do that. For you Canadians out there, if you believe that I do not take responsibility for the things that I say and do, you can use my face, go through the procedures what I've taught you, and we'll be teaching you on Thursday to make it on paper as well. You can cut out my face, as it were, and say, this man has shown us what a county coroner is, what a coroner is, what a live birth certificate is, and here's the paperwork, and I'm putting you under arrest.
I'll create that
interfering
paperwork
with
for you,
them.
Michigan.
You can see the police out there doing
I
what
can
they're
probably
doing
do it for
are sheer
America too, but
brutes.
I can do it for Michigan
And for the
as
20%
executive
or
manager
less
under
of the good
executive
men
order.
and women that wear a uniform to protect and serve, I make my apologies known to you. As you know, these are brutes, and brutes have no place in your life. Any man and woman is duty bound.
Duty bound.
Correct these brutes.
That's what I've been saying.
Please avoid making what's the word? Be subservient or protest them. They have no power.
Right. Protest
You
do
can just simply
nothing.
go up to them,
Complaining does
say to them,
nothing.
step aside right now. I'm a man.
I'm a
Step
man.
aside right now.
Now
You
I'm
interfere
a
with this
man. Are you a man?
I will rip that signia off you and put
Male
you
or
under arrest
female?
and hand
Declare
you
it.
over to the
Ow!
sheriff. And if you
Ooh!
can't find one,
Baby!
we will hold you here until the sheriff turns up. And also, we have a coroner in place to make sure that you get arrested on the spot.
Amen.
In other words, that's called detaining, taking them into custody so they do not harm you or themselves, because they're a danger to themselves.
Uh-huh.
Now, can we turn to this character called Dex?
Come here, Manny.
In Australia. Tell me when you have his picture up there. This particular individual lives in Australia, and he's basically what's known as a malignant narcissist. Okay, with violence, so on and so forth. They call it, the triangle, as it were, in narcissism and psychopathy.
We are free.
Which means they are extremely violent, extremely selfish, and so on and so forth. I'm going to give you the address of this man. Can somebody in Australia, one of my students, go and see if this man still lives at that address, so I can put him under arrest, because he's stolen money. He's done quite a few damages. Full stop. Can you turn to this guy called Peter, the German guy? Tell me when you have him inside. This particular individual is German, and a few years back, I was helping the Germans, as it were, out of Israel, essentially stealing. Sorry, let me start that again. This particular man came to me saying that he's had a hard life and so on and so forth. So we gave him a job driving us about. He's never had any employment. He's never had any profession. He has no qualification. He's a pure pathological liar and idiot, essentially a nobody. But essentially what he was doing is trying to set me up, as it were, to say that he's the one that done this and he's the one that done that. And while I was training Germans in Germany to make sure that Israel doesn't steal their pensions, because they did it through a back of a lie, two individuals approached me called Christoph and Bernd. Bernd is from Switzerland, Christoph is German. They essentially first of all approached Dr. Colwell to help them out, but then their church paid them 30 or 50,000 euros or something like that to come and find me so I can train them. These two individuals convinced me that all this is just pro bono and I'll be essentially helping them out, and I agreed to it. But what they did is that they teamed up with this pathetic driver of ours, saying that he's the one that created all this, so they can kind of keep the money that the church gave them. The point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, I could have saved the pensions being taken away by the Israelis under what is known as appropriations. They did that successfully by saying that they have arrested, especially Austria, arrested men and women that questioned the existence of the Holocaust. See, on the back of those things, what they did is they got the German people to pay reparations, damages to Israel. Israel is not a custodian of the Jewish people. Israel is a legal fiction.
I need a coroner.
So essentially, these individuals, as pathetic as they are, essentially stopped me.
But Michigan, you
and
got the
whole heap of
executive
other
order,
things
so
that I was doing.
you're good.
From helping the Germans out, because the Germans, the men and women in Germany, would not be in the dire situation that they are in if their pensions were still intact. I'm the chief federal postal court judge, and I was able to stop and correct all those things. But these individuals being so bloody greedy for the sake of 30,000 euros or 50,000 euros, they sold out their kind. This one particular one lives somewhere in Dover. I need one of my students to go and check to see if he still lives there. With all of these things, it's checking. Okay, I want you to check, not terrorize them, not beat them or anything like that. Knock on their door and check if they're still there. Okay? If they are, I know I don't need to waste time looking for them, because believe it or not, it costs a lot of money to hire private detectives to go looking for these people. Is there anybody else that I have missed? Just remind me, please. Oh, I simply forgot, ladies and gentlemen. There's one particular character that's opened up a website, and I'll put the link into that and the address of where he's operating from. He set up a website pretending to sell David Wayne Miller's books. I got his address. I need somebody to go and check. He's in the United States. That he is who I think it is, so I can put him in prison for the purposes of copyright infringement. It is all too obvious. These individuals, as well as when they gang up to create corporations, are pathological liars and they're cheaters. Their world has come to an end. Full stop. Is there anything else that I need to cover? Very clear. For the Canadians that want to participate in this training, you know what to do, and I'll make that available to make your life a lot more easier, so you don't need to stand in the cold and etc. And just understand the use of the pen is just as effective. Have no mistake, Canadians, you've inspired the entire planet. Yeah, you've inspired the entire planet, just like the Arab Spring uprising did in that part of the region. And of course, there is no connotation here. And remember that each one of you is unique. And so all service providing governments are there to service you. I'll say one more thing. You probably need to know this. The Canadian flag that you're flying, the two red on the left and the right, and the red maple leaf in the middle, that's a corporate flag. That's a corporate flag.
It's my
If you want
square.
to fly a flag,
My
you
corona.
want to show your loyalty to your
My
land,
power.
you can just have a white flag and write whatever you
Own
want
it.
to write on it.
Own your
But
authority.
as long as you are flying that corporate flag, it is like me waving about, shall we say, what would be conceived as the American flag in a war zone in the Middle East, me doing this. What are the Arabs going to do? They're going to take me out. You understand what I'm saying? You've got to know what your flags are, what they mean. This is David Wayne Miller's language flag. This is one of the oldest flags in history, called the St. George's Cross. It's a flag, and we own the copyright for it, the Federal Postal Court. It stands for being valor, truthful, and so on and so forth. Okay, everything that is come to symbolize, but overtaken by really quite toxic people that try to poison these flags.
Parasites.
Flag protocols is a must because they are on maritime and also on land jurisdiction, displaying your intent. If you display corporate flags, just look up the history of the Canadian flag, you will find your fathers were not flying the same flag. And your fathers and your grandfathers were also flying an entirely different flag from what your fathers were. Okay, this is how they work. Until Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to your emails, and I look forward to training you and helping and aiding you be successfully birthed into the land that you was born on.
Amen.
As well as the entire planet. Thank you very
Amen.
much for listening to me. Until next time, look after yourselves.
Holy fright. Freedom. You're free, people. That's it. It's over. The parasites have lost. Round them up. Just round them up. Oh my goodness. Hold court through the Postal Service. That's I know the reason why he's telling you to go to him. He's telling you to go to him because he's putting his face out there. He has the authority. And this way, you don't get a forged document. You don't get a fiction. You don't make a mistake. So, by executive order, any man, male or female, man or woman, adult, with the competency to determine life, somebody brain dead, is somebody brain dead and physically dead? Can they breathe? Is there a pulse? You get a reaction in their eyes? Is their body alive but their brain's dead? If you want to take that position, you want to own it, stand on it in a court of record, and declare that you have the knowledge to determine life. 3 days for anybody to rebut it, publicize it, put it in a state publication, and then own it. You're a coroner. You determine whether somebody's alive or dead. All these courts are evil courts, fiction courts. That's where they put the dead. Corporation's a dead entity. You're free. Everybody, you are free. Now, something very important. Now you're under the maxims of law. Universal law. One of the maxims of law is the law is harsh, yet that's the law. That's probably the most important thing for everybody to consider going forward with every breath that you take. Cause no harm. Now we're, excuse me, I was so riled up. I worked up my lungs. Oh, it's beautiful. Cause no harm. Now, they don't mean you cause harm, you're going to get strung up for treason, because we're human. We make mistakes. But that's probably about as far as it goes. And every man, every woman is worthy of forgiveness and to correct the wrong. So going forward, we're going to have a much different society. We are. We're going to have, we're equal footed. We'll treat each other the way we want to be treated. And well, there are some sick people who want to be treated bad, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Just if somebody's messed up in the head, see, they're a harm to themselves. When they're a harm to themselves or you, we got a responsibility to deal with that. We do. It's our duty. We'll cause no harm. All right. So if you're in Michigan, you just facilitate an affidavit with the proper language. I'm going to write it up. I'm going to put it up on the website on the services page. I'll have that done by this time tomorrow, I would imagine. Probably sooner, but I want to give myself that much time. It won't take me that long to write the document, but I'm just so filled with ecstasy. It's, oh, how satisfying. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, I want to get back to having a life the way I never had it, only in my vision. Nah, I've been free. I've been owning my authority. But everybody else, almost, yeah, everybody's been enslaved. Wow. It's so beautiful. I guess should take a look at the comments, see who's here. Derek Sexton, hello. Grove Patrol, who's the red coat? Jenny Spark, equal footing under God's eyes. That's right, Jenny. Nick Green, learning more about the post office. These past few weeks seems like one of the most important things. Well, that's where you're going to hold your court. You're going to hold it through the federal postal. That sounds like allegedly Dave. Jenny Spark. Jenny Spark. I am a woman. Right on. You're owning it. Yeah, probably. I'm going to guess just a couple more videos and then probably just switch on over to health. Yeah. Going forward, I'm going to have a lot to say about that. I know I am. I'm going to be able to switch my focus over to that just 100%. Health, happiness, because you're going to be free otherwise. Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that no more. Beautiful. All right, well, much love, everyone. Remember, the law is harsh. Cause no harm. Should you do, just stand up to own your authority and make amends. Proper. Come to agreement. You know, I remember a lot of old movies on the television. Some of the things on that television was true and accurate. And I can remember the old movies where, let's just say some cowboys way back in the day, they got a conflict between them. And whether it's in a bar or it's in a general store or no matter where it is, the fight breaks out. Things are getting toppled over. Things are getting trampled on. Things are getting busted. People go flying through big plate glass front windows. I mean, all that kind of stuff, right? You got two men battling it out. And when it's over, well, were there any witnesses? How did it start? And sometimes the two men, they might decide they don't want to press charges. Both of them agree. Not. Let's just reach into their pockets and throw down the gold or silver, and say that ought to take care of the damages, and they walk away. I got to believe that is a natural law. It's a law of survival. We have emotions. We're not perfect. We think. But we're alive under natural law. The laws cause no harm. So stop harming the earth. Stop harming the air. Stop harming the water. Be good stewards. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Be fruitful. Prosperous. Happy. So you got to catch that video from the beginning. That's got to be flying around everywhere. It's not going to be on my Telegram channel. And the link is in most of my videos, if not all of them, in the description. Come on over to the chat channel and You can find the YouTube that you were just listening to there if you can't find it anywhere else. All right. Much love. Be back soon. Enjoy. Be happy. Own it. Own your authority. You is free.